distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Senegal, champion of Africa, total Afcon 2025 held in Morocco. A lot of drama, a lot of incidents, almost ruined that beautiful game yesterday. But I had to take my time, review a lot of things. I don't want to jump into conclusion, and I want to see everything from a wider view before um, making any of my opinion known. I waited to this very hour and this moment. So work with me in all of this analysis, and we'll get somewhere. Don't leave at any point in time. Make sure you see it to the end. The beautiful game started in that hour after very beautiful rendition and presentations in that final. The game started the first half. Senegalese fielded their best players, some missing, Koulibaly absent, and Moroccans also fielded their players. The game began, and the first early stages of the game, it was all Senegalese. They settled well into the game. Moroccans had a difficult time even getting out of the ball as they usually are. The game was tense. It got to about 23rd minute or thereabouts. A silly, very hard challenge from Kamara and got yellow carded for that. During the game, I spotted some very high dignitaries, the FIFA president Infantino, the CAF president Arsene Wenger, Aliou Cisse, Diouf, and many others witnessed it. Even the Ice Show was revealed before that. It was a very, very, very good one for African football, seeing all of these dignitaries following up with the game. Throughout that first half, I can see Hakimi was very restricted. His usual game joins up with the attack on the right-hand flank to be more deadly, but he saw that he had to contain Sadio Mane yesterday and the other players Senegalese were so informed. Sadio Mane, very good game for him in that first half. And India came closest to scoring in that second half. Before the end of the second half, very good save from Jason Bruno, proving to be the best in Africa once again. And then that huge save using all part of his body, and that ball that low shot hit the right foot, and that deflected off. That would have been 1-0. Very good save. Dangerous cross into the box from the Moroccans as well before the first half was wrapped up, but nobody got on the end of that, and the game ended first half 0-0. Still beautiful game now, and the second half started. It was a very tight from both ends. Few chances were created or allowed by each teams. Both teams calling on their substitute along the line to refresh the games about 20 minutes to go, especially the Senegalese, like they didn't want the game to go into extra time. They wanted to see it over at 90 minutes. With those substitutions that I see, it was both calls. Yasin Bruno also stopping a double save from Senegalese once again. No, I think it was the best player for Moroccans yesterday. And trouble struck in the extra time after the full 90 minutes completion. The Senegalese had a crossing. They scored from it. There was a little tussle between Hakimi and the Senegalese player. And before even the goal was scored, the referee blasted the whistle already. Instead of him waiting for the completion of that move, then what happened is called it off and called off that goal. VAR didn't deem it fit to review it. Then few minutes later, about 1 minute or less, they got the corner kick. Morocco got the corner kick, played the corner kick in. A tussle between Brahim Diaz and the left back from Senegal. He headed the ball away. The ref said play on, wave play on. Then Brahim Diaz, that has been so quiet, awfully quiet all through the entire match, began to shout and rant. Wow. Began to shout and rant. And VR began to review it. And guess what? They turned the referee to the monitor and the blasted VR penalty and trouble struck. Sincerely speaking, it was an awful decision from the VR. Yes, was there contact? Positive. Was the contact enough? That contact was not even okay. Even if you deemed that fit, it would have been blatant robbery on a daylight. The same goal, good goal scored by Senegal, chalked it off, no review, and instantly at the final minute in the 90 plus 8 minutes, wanted to award the penalty to the Moroccans. Wow. And the trouble struck. They began to see a lot of all form of disgraceful acts, not putting us in a good light as Africans. The Senegalese fans, they were so outraged. They got started fighting with the stewards. It was chaotic. The coach, Papitia, ordered his players, the Senegalese players, to get off the pitch. They are not interested in playing the football match anymore. Ha! It was so shocking. Sincerely, it was chaotic. It got to a point they stopped the play for about 15 to 20 minutes, arguing several yellow cards flying from right to left. No, no, no. It was so chaotic. At the point in time, and after so many deliberation and arguments, Sadio Mane had to speak with the coach. They had to call their players, come in, let's complete the match, and let's see what will happen. The most shocking part, then the ball, NSC got the ball to play the penalty, and he gave it to Brahim Diaz, golden boy. Do you know what the boy did? He did that paneka, that awful paneka. A lot of people saying yes, and he missed it. You don't do a paneka against Eduardo Mendy. Go and ask Aguero. Eduardo Mendy is not that a good case, not so prolific with penalties, but you don't do a paneka with him. Cut the ball like a baby, and wow. A lot of conspiracy theorists began to bring information that probably and they agreed. That's why they came back. Bro, he missed that penalty. Brahim Diaz played the penalty against Mali. Yes, in this same tournament, he used his right foot and he scored. He missed it, obviously. Even the coach was angry with him. He was substituted later in the game, angry with him and saying all sorts of harsh words in harsh tone to that guy. He missed the penalty. Senegalese took the laws into their hand. Yes, we know by rule all of these things are not what they should have ought to have done. But truly, a lot of persons with emotion would have justified their actions, honestly, because it looks like a daylight robbery, blatant wrong decision from the officiating referee. Who knew if they hadn't caused that outrage and outburst, they would have gotten the penalty and scored them and they are off. Honestly, aside that, a lot of antics from Morocco by themselves. The same thing they did in the semi-final, getting off Nwabali's towel. The weather was bad. It was drizzling or raining. They need the goalkeepers need to clean up their gloves. You keep stealing their towels. It got to a point that the goalkeeper on the bench had to be a safeguard to mend this towel yesterday. Ball boys and officials were dragging him as all sort of several footage. It got to a point, even Hakimi threw his towel into the stand that they should take it away. That's a disgraceful act. Imagine the African best player. No, I don't understand the reason. Now, everything looks obvious, all of the conspiracy and all of the rumors that CAF and the Morocco and FA, everything looks right and left. If you sum everything together, it's looking so scandalous. That should not be something that should be done, that will be seen in our football. Like the whole world is watching, and that was the disgraceful act that was put into the game. I'm so shocked, personally. I'm so shocked. Yes, the actions of the coach was not right. Finally, he's going to get touchline ban and a few fines. They cannot cancel it. This just brings stain to Senegal's Afcon title. They'll be taking like that, I'm very sure. Sadio Mane, a phenomenal footballer, a legend and a very, very extraordinary player, won the Afcon out twice, like the time of Samuel Eto'o and the likes. He's writing his names in the history books. He had to salvage that situation and that wonderful goal in the extra time. No, just sealed it off. All of the momentum went to Moroccans, but the Senegalese were ready. They had to take everything and played up to 120 plus 3 minutes, and they secured that victory. They secured the victory. Sincerely, football won yesterday. Football won yesterday. Truly, football won yesterday. Only, I don't know. I don't know who would have had a thought and say, okay, Moroccans. No, football won. All of the antics. It got to the point that even Papitiao, the Senegalese coach, after the match, at the press conference, even the Moroccan journalists began to boo him and send him off. He had to leave. Imagine. Why can't you just give him the press conference, ask him very important and serious questions, let him be able to express and explain himself? But they said, no, that is not what they are going to do. They trashed it off and no. Honestly, it was so disgraceful. What exactly are we writing off for African football? What are we thinking that the world should think of us? Once again, congratulations to the Senegalese. Deserved champions in my own books. Deserved champions, and I'm sure that the people at home will be so proud of them. Whatever sanction that comes, let them take it and take it off. That is it. Honestly, very, very good one. Deserved champions. I'm sure that all of the Senegalese will be proud of themselves, irrespective of the little states that came through that match. It wasn't their ability, it was fate and bound to happen. Whatever action that comes, let them face it, and I'm sure they will still be happy. You'll face it happily. Show me in the comment section what are your opinion about this, and let's have a proper discussion. Don't forget to have first class access to every my content. Hit the follow button, like, and share. Thank you, guys.